Tole barattoota qaqqaalii baga nagaan gara Aliyi Saayinsii YouTube chaanaalitti nagaan dhuftanii har'as qormaata entiraansii barnoota keemistirii bara 2017 yookiin bara 2025 barattoota kutaa 12ffaaf seensa Itoophiyaa Yuunivarsiitii Intiraans Egzaamii kenname deebii fi akkasuma ibsa wajjin gaafilee 21 haga 40 jiran tiitoraalii paartii lamaffaa afaan Oromootiin qabadhee isiniif dhiyaadhee jira. So our tutorials on chemistry entrance exam of 2070 or 2025 as Gregorian calendar. Chemistry entrance exam for grade 12 with answer and also with explanation. Tutorial part 2 from question 21 up to 40. Tutorial part 2 in Afan Oromo. So don't forget your video kana laltan wante sindagachun qabne maalidha VPN yokin siphon banattani ilaanun dagatina sababbi isas gaafa VPN yokin siphon banattani video kana laltan video quality qabu kasirti sin mul'atu waan argattanif VPN yokin siphon banattani video kana akka laltan asuma affeerraa kooti akkasuma video kana like gochuun Aliyi Saayinsii YouTube channel subscribe gochuun maatii Aliyi Saayinsii ta'uu hin dagatina gaafa like subscribe gootanii maatii Aliyi Saayinsii YouTube taatan wanta ani gadi lakkisu dafee waan isin bira ga'uuf like subscribe gochuun maatii Aliyi Saayinsii YouTube akka taatan asuma affeerraa kooti. So let us start our tutorial on chemistry entrance exam of 2070 or 2025 with answer and also with explanation. Tutorial part 2 in Afan Oromo from question 21 up to 40. So let us start. Question number 21. In activity during laboratory season, a small amount of lead bromide catalysts were placed in a beaker. 2 electrodes are inserted until they are in a contact with lead bromide catalysts. When the lead bromide catalysts in the beaker are gently heated, which of the following observed? Gocha laboratory tokko keessatti hamma xannoo lead bromide catalyst beakerii tokko keessa kan keenyu ta'e ergasii electrode lama gara lead bromide kanan kan walte lead bromide CS2 kanan kan walte yoo ta'e suutaan jenne lead bromide kana suutaan beakerii kana kanoo isnu yoo ta'e maaltu daawwatama isaan armaan gadi kana keessa isa kantu mul'achuu danda'edha. So that should be D, bromine gas is involved at anode. Means that when lead bromide is gently heated, it melts and becomes molten ionic compound, allowing electrolysis to occur. In this process, at the cathode negative electrode, lead ions gain electron reduction to form liquid lead metal. Again, at anode, positive electrode bromide ions lose electron oxidation to form bromine gas. When we see other option, when we see A, oxidation occurs at anode, not and the lead ions are reduced at cathode. So lead not cathode, it is reduced at cathode. When we see B, reduction occurs at cathode, not the anode. Bromide ions are oxidized at anode, not cathode. When we see C, so the answer perfectly D, bromine gas is involved at anode. Question number 22. What is the name given to the pollution caused by dumping of non-biodegradable wastes in the environment? Wantonni naannoo faalan kanneen lafarratti kuufamanii bosuu hin dandeenye yookiin kanneen hin burkutoofne yookiin xuraawaan burkutaa'uu hin dandeenye faalama naannoo kan fidu isaan armaan gadi keessaa isa kam jedha. So that should be C, land pollution. Means that land pollution refers to the contamination of Earth's surface due to dumping of non-biodegradable wastes such as plastics, metals, glass, and chemicals. These materials do not decompose naturally and they accumulate in the soil, landfills, and open areas, harming ecosystem and human health. Kanafu land pollution kan jennuun wantoonni burkutaa'uu hin dandeenye kanneen akka pilaastikaa, sibiilota, burcuqqoo fi keemikaalonni garaagaraa lafarratti gaafa ta'anii uumaman burkutaa'uu waan hin dandeenyeef land pollution yookiin faalama lafaa fiduu jechuudha yookiin faalama sirna koo fiduu jechuudha. Akkasumas namarratti dhiibbaa fayyaa namarratti dhiibbaa guddaa qabu jechuudha. So that you perfectly see. When we see other pollution, water pollution involves contamination of entire rivers, lakes, and ocean. When we see option B, sound pollution, it is noising pollution. It's caused by excessive or harmful level of noise. When we see option D, air pollution results from harmful gases and particles released into the atmosphere. So that you perfectly see land pollution. Question number 23. Question number 23. What is the purpose of conversion of pig iron to the steel? Faayidaan pig iron gara steelitti jijjiiruu maalidha jedha. So that should be D, to remove impurities by oxidation. Kanafu wanti faayidaan pig iron gara steelitti jijjiiruuf impurity oxidation dhaan dhabamsiisuudhaaf jechuudha. Oxygen is used to oxidize and eliminate impurities like carbon and silicon from the pig iron to make steel. When we see other choice, iron is the main component of steel. We do not reduce its amount. The iron content is already high, so the goal is what? Purification, not increasing iron. When we see reduction is used to extract iron from the ore, not to provide pig iron into the steel. So that is perfectly D. Question number 24. Which of the following statements correctly describe the law of conservation of mass? Himotar mangadi kessa sera law of conservation of mass qajello ka ibsa yokin sirri ka ibsa isa kam jedha. So that should be C. Mass neither created nor destroyed during chemical reaction. Kanafu sirri walgitanga maal jedha hammi wantoota walnyaata reaction keessatti hin badusi hin uumamusi isma dura jirutu ta'a ka jedhudha. So that should perfectly see. Means that law of conservation of mass states in any chemical reaction the total mass of reactant equal to the mass of product. Atoms are simply rearranged, not created or destroyed. Kanafu sirri walqixaa hanga maal jedha walnyaatinsa reactioni walnyaatinsa chemical kamin keessattuu hammi walqixxaatota reactant fi product walqixxeedha. Kanafu atomin kamu wal rearranged ta'uudha iddoo wal jijjiiruu danda'u malee hin uumamusi hin badanisi kan jedhudha jechuudha. So when we see other option A, it defines the law of definite proportion. When we see B, it defines definite proportion. Also again, when we see D, it is incorrect, means of remain constant. So that should be perfectly incorrect. Mass of remains constant. So that should perfectly C. Question number 25. What is the density of methane at pressure of 900 torr and a temperature of 25 degrees Celsius when R constant is equal to 0.082 atmosphere liter per mole, K one atom is equal to 706 torr. So what is the density of methane? As keessatti density methane rukuni methane meeqa tara pressure dibba sagal torr irratti temperature 25 degrees Celsius irratti meeqa ta'edha. So that should be D 0.78. To find the density of methane, we use ideal gas law rearranged for density. Density is equal to pressure times molar mass over gas constant times temperature in Kelvin. Kanafu maaltu nu kenname pressure nu kennameera molar mass in kudhaja gram per mole nu kennameera akkasuma gas constant nu kennameera jechuudha. Innis 0.082 atmosphere temperature 25 degrees Celsius kun immoo gaafa Kelvin jijjiiru 298 Kelvin ta'a jechuudha. So that should so then convert pressure from the torr into the atmosphere. Pressure inu kenname gara mitti jijjirra gara atmosphere itti gaafa jijjiirru 900 hiruu 706 kun ammoo tokko 8 atmosphere inu kenna jechuudha pressure jechuudha. Kanaafuu ergasii gara formula kennaatti galchuudha jechuudha. Pressure baay'isu molar mass pressure kenna tokko 8 baay'isu 16 hiruu 0.082 baay'isu 298 ta'a. Kana ammoo gaafa kana hirru 0.78 arganna jechuudha. Kanaafuu density kenna gaafa calculate kunu 0.78 ta'a. So that should perfectly D. Question number 26. It takes 2.25 minutes for 0.02 mole of helium to diffuse. How long it will take to diffuse for the same amount of methane gas when of the methane when the molar mass of helium is equal to 4 gram per mole and the molar mass of methane is 60 gram per mole. Amma asirratti gaafi diddami jaafaa kanarratti maal nu kenname maal nu gaafate heliumin 0.02 moleculein daqiiqa 2.2 5 minute keessatti kan diffuse kan ta'u yoo ta'e amount wal fakkaataaf methane gasin diffuse ta'uudhaaf hagamitti fudhata jedhama. So that should be B 4.5 minutes. So let us look. To solve this, we use Gram's law diffusion, which states that the time for gas 1 divided for time for gas 2 equal to the square root of mass 1 divided by molar mass of the gas 2, where T1 and T2 are time for gas 1 and 2 to diffuse, M1 and M2 are their molar masses. So let gas 1 be methane and the gas 2 helium. So what is given? Time is for helium 2.25 minutes. Molar mass for helium is 4 gram per mole. Molar mass for methane is 16 gram per mole. So put into the formula. Ergasi gara formula ketti kan galchinu yoo ta'e time for methane divided by time for helium, which is 2.25, is equal to the square root of 60 over 4. Kun ammoo square root of 60 over 4 root keessa baasuudhaaf dura 16 afurta afur gaafa square root keessa ba'u lama ta'a. Kanaafuu time for methane divided by time for helium is equal to lama ta'a jechuudha. Ergasii kana ammoo gaafa criss cross goonu time for methane is equal to 2 times 2.25, which is equal to 4.5 minutes. So that should perfectly be. Question number 27. Which one of the following statement correctly defines rate of reaction? The rate of reaction is isaan armaan gadi keessa rate of reaction sirrii kan ibse hima armaan gadi keessa rate of reaction sirrii kan ibse isa kam jedhama. So the rate of reaction is which one? So that should be D. Rate of reaction is the change in concentration of reactant or product per unit time. So the rate of reaction, chemical reaction, refers to how quickly reactants are consumed or products are formed over time. So typically express the rate of reaction equal to the change of concentration of reactant or product divided by a time. When we see other option, rate of diffusion of gas is not, it is this related to gas vapor, not reaction rate. When we see B, the reaction mechanism, not right. When we see it is enthalpy or in thermodynamics, so not right. So that is perfectly D. Question number 28. Consider the following gaseous reversible reaction is at state of equilibrium. Which of the following when phosphorus chloride gas plus chloride gas again gas gives phosphorus pentachloride? Which of the following changes in concentration will cause equilibrium shift to the right? Gas reversible reaction in nukanamera state equilibrium irra jira jenne yoo fudhanne wal nyaatinsa concentration in nukaname kana equilibrium gara mirgaatti kan gara galchu yoo inni kun irratti apply ta'eera jedha. So that should be B, increasing concentration of the reactant and a decreasing concentration of product. Means that according to Lee-Charles principle, if the system at equilibrium is disturbed, it will shift to the concentration of the change and restore equilibrium. Increasing reactant of the phosphorus chloride and chloride gas, this pushes reactant forward to form more phosphorus pentachloride, decreasing the product of also ensures the system shifted to right to replace the lost product. So that should perfectly be increase the concentration of the reactant and a decreasing concentration of product will shift the system to the right to replace the lost product. When we see other option, A shifts to the left. When we decrease the reactant and increase the product, it shifts to the left. When we see increasing both reactant product, it is may not shift. It is significantly stay at equilibrium. When we see D decreasing both reactant and product, it is also unlikely shift to equilibrium clearly. So unlikely to shift. So that perfectly B. Question number 29. Aluminum reacts with oxygen to form aluminum oxide. What is the coefficient of aluminum after balancing the reaction? Aluminum oxygen wajjin gaafa wanyatu aluminum oxide uumaa jechuudha. Kanaafuu coefficient aluminum balance reaction kana balance gochuudhaaf fayyadamnu isa armaan gadii keessaa isa kam ta'uu danda'aadha. So that should be C4. Means that to find the correct coefficient of aluminum in balanced reaction with oxygen, let us write unbalanced equation. Jalqaba unbalanced equation kana barreessina. Erga barreessina aluminum plus oxygen, it gives aluminum plus aluminum oxide. So then step by step balancing. Step jalqaba irratti aluminum atomi one product side irratti kan qabnu aluminum lama. Inni jalqaba irra jiru immoo tokko. Kanaafu so we needed to tell aluminum atoms at the reactant side. Kanafu isa jalqaba irratti aluminum lama gochuu qabna jechuudha. Ka dhumaadha waan ta'eef jechuudha. Ergasi oxygen atom ilaalla. Oxygen atom yoo ilaallu 3 oxygen atom jira. Isa product keessa jechuudha. Isa jalqaba irratti garuu oxygen kenna diatomic waan ta'eef lamatu jira. Kanafu 1.5 oxygen molecule to get 3 oxygen atom. Kanafu tokko shanaffaa moleculein yoo lamaan baay'ate sadi ta'a jechuudha. Kanaafuu but we can't have fractional coefficient fayyadamuu waan dandeenyeef in balancing chemical balanced equation keessatti jechuudha. So multiplying the all coefficient by 2 to eliminate the fraction. Fraction balleessuudhaaf gamalachuu lamaan baay'ee gaafa baay'ifnu 4 aluminum plus 3 oxygen gives aluminum oxide, the balanced aluminum oxide. So the coefficient of aluminum is 4 balanced in balanced equation. So that you perfectly see. Question number 30. What property of an ionic compound can be investigated by heating in a crucible? Property ionic compounding yo crucible ho isnu argannu isan armaan gadi keessa isa kam jedha. So that should be the melting point. Means that when you heat ionic compound in a crucible, you are typically testing how much heat it can withstand before it melts. Ionic compound have high melting point due to strong electrostatic force between oppositely charged ions in their crystal lattice. So the answer should be perfectly D. When we see other option, crystal point this is refers to the temperature which substance forms crystal from the solution, not relevant to heating solid. When we see B, malleability, ionic compound are brittle, not malleable, and property isn't testing by heating. And also when we see C, solubility is tested by what? Dissolving the compound in solvent, not by heating it. So that's perfectly D. Question number 31. Silver has two known isotopes, 107 silver isotope and 108 silver isotope, with their percentage abundance of 52 and 48 respectively. What is the average atomic mass of silver? Silverin isotope gosa lama qaba. Dhibba tokkoof torbaa fi dhibba tokkoof saddeeti. Percentage abundance isaanii 52 fi 48 jechuudha wal duraa duubaan. Kanaafuu average atomic mass in silverii kana meeqa ta'edha? So that should be B 107.48. Akkamitti dhufe kaa'edha alaallu. To calculate average atomic mass of silver, we use the formula average atomic mass equal to mass of first isotope times its abundance plus mass of second isotope times its abundance divided by 100. So, average of atomic mass of the first is 107 times 52 plus 108 times 48 over 100. This gives 5,564 plus 5,184 divided by 100. So this gives 10,748 over 100. This when we divide 107.48 means 107.48. So then you perfectly B. Question number 32. Which reaction scheme below illustrates the formation of cation? Scheme reaction armaan gadii kana yoo laallu cation kan uume isa reaction armaan gadii keessa isa kami jedha. So that should be D. Sodium gives sodium ion plus electron, means that cation is positively charged ions formed when atom loses one or more electrons. In this reaction, sodium loses one electron in the forming positive ion, so sodium loses one electron forming positive ion cation. This is a classic example of cation formation through oxidation. So that's perfectly D. When we see option A, this reverses of cation formation. When we see option B, the sulfur gaining electron to form anion, not cation. When we see chlorine ions are losing electron to form chlorine gas, but they start as anion. 34. Which one of the following mathematical expression of Faraday's first law electrolysis? Isaan armaan gadi keessa seerri Faraday inni jalqabaa electrolysis keessatti mathematical expression ibsu isaan armaan gadi keessa isa kam jedha. So that should be A. Means that it is said that mass of substance deposited or liberated at electrode during electrolysis is directly proportional to the quantity of electric charge, which is Q is equal to AIT, passed through the electrolyte. So mathematical expression is equal to first law of Faraday's law, M is equal to MIT over NF, where other choices are not correct. When we see B, it is ideal gas law, resembles ideal gas law, not first law of Faraday's law. When we see C, it is not related to electrolysis, it is possibly misused formula. When we see D, it is second law of Faraday's law, compared to mass of substance deposited by the same charge. So that is perfectly A. Question number 35. Which of the following describe the process of manufacturing valuable product in industry? Isaan armaan gadi keessa meeshaalee bu'a qabeessa industirii irraa oomishamu adeemsa isaa kan ibsu isa kam jedha. So that should be D. Designing to produce a desired output from raw materials using energy through different steps. Means that the process of manufacturing valuable product in industry is transforming raw materials into useful products through serious control steps involving machinery, energy, and design. So that is perfectly D. When we see other options, they describe the specific process or issue that may occur in industry, but not the define manufacturing itself. So that is perfectly D. Question number 36. Which of the following reaction shows reaction of sulfuric acid as action of sulfuric acid as oxidizing agent. Wanyaati sarmaan gadi keessa sulfuric acidin akka oxidizing agent act kan godhe kan agarsiisu isa kam jedha. So that should be B. Copper solid react with sulfuric acid aqueous. It gives copper sulfate aqueous plus sulfur dioxide gas and water liquid. And here in this reaction copper is oxidized to form 0 to 2 oxidized state, forming copper ions in copper sulfate. Sulfur in sulfuric acid is reduced to form 6 to 4 ions, forming sulfur gas. This means sulfuric acid acts as oxidizing agent accepting electron from copper. When we see other options are not correct, for example, if we see A, it is shows double displacement, not redox behavior from sulfuric acid. When we see C, this is a neutralization reaction, acid base, not redox. When we see D, it is also synthesis reaction, not redox or oxidation. So that is perfectly B. Question number 37. For the dissociation of nitrous acid, what is the percent ionization of 0.5 molarity solution of nitrous acid with Ka of nitrous acid is equal to 7.1 times 10 raised to negative 40. As keessatti dissociation nitrous acid percent ionization isa solution keessatti 0.5 molarity kan qabaatu yoo ta'e Kn constant isa 7.1 baay'isu kunan power negative kudha kan ta'u yoo ta'e percent ionization isa meeqa ta'edha. So that should be B 3.8%. And here to calculate percent ionization kana nitrous acid fayyadamuudhaan barbaaduudhaaf formula kana fayyadamna jechuudha. Percent ionization hydrogen ion irra nitrous acid initially isa dhibbaan baay'isuudhaan arganna jechuudha. Kanaafuu jalqaba acid dissociation constant expression hydrogen ion fayyadamu barbaadu qabna jechuudha. Constant dissociation fayyadamuudha jechuudha. Ergasii kan nu kenname constant dissociation acid kan nu kenname acid dissociation constantin 7.1 baay'isuu kunan negative 14 ti. Kanaafuu kun achiramo acid constant Kn for potassium nitrous ion 7.1 baay'isuu negative 4 kanammoo gaafa let xb concentration hydrogen ion inni gaafa let inni deemnu Kn qixxeeta x square irra 0.5 arganna. Gaafa kanammoo gaafa onnaa goonu kana gaafa formula keessa galchinu 7.1 baay'isuu negative 4 irra x square 0.5 kun qixxeeta x square qixxeeta x equal to under radical of 3.55 times 10 raised to negative 0.5 gaafa irra jechuudha. Kana dhufa kanammoo gaafa square root gala baafnu 0.0188 arganna. Kanaafuu hydrogen ion kenna 0.0188 ta'a jechuudha. Kana gaafa ionization percent ionization formula teemne isaa irru 0.5 gaafa irru 0.0188 0.5 gaafa irru 3.7 arganna. Kunammoo approximately 3.8% dhufa jechuudha. So that is perfectly B. Question number 38. A 0.47 molarity aqueous solution of weak base has pH is alama Kb for this weak base is amekataira. So that will be D 2.17 times 10 raised to negative 4 tairo. Akame akaru alalu. To find the base dissociation constant, we follow the following step. Step makane or dominating base dissociation constant barba natura. Jalqaba pH OH hydroxyl ion barbaanna. Hydroxyl ion argachuudhaaf pH qixxeeta negative log of hydroxyl ion dha. Kanaafuu concentration of hydroxyl ion qixxeeta 10 the power of negative 2 dha. Kunammoo 0.01 molarity ta'a jechuudha. Kanaafuu step 2 irratti expression isaa fayyadamuudhaan for weak base dissociation B plus water is equal to B hydrogen ion plus hydroxyl ion arganna. Ergasii ammoo kana gara formulaatti gaafa deemnu Kb is equal to OH hydroxyl ion square over B concentration of B minus concentration of hydroxyl ion kuna moga fa kana gonu since 0.01 is small compared to 0.47, we use the appropriate base concentration. Hydroxyl minus concentration is equal to 0.47. So then when we divide, Kb is equal to 4.001 divided by 0.47, which is equal to 2.13 times 10 raised to negative 4, which is equal to approximately 2.17 times 10 raised to negative 4. So that's perfectly D. Question number 39. A student was given a standard zinc solid and a zinc aqueous half cell and another half cell containing copper imparted in 1 molarity copper sulfate aqueous. When zinc was connected to the anode at 25 degrees Celsius, the cell potential regarding on the voltmeter shows 1.1 volt. Which of the following is not correct regarding the cell potential measurement? Baratan tokko standard copper solid fi copper aqueous half cell irratti another tokko copper irratti immersed akka godhu kenname fi gafa zinki anode irratti 25 degrees Celsius irratti cell potential irratti connect godhu volt in agarsiise tokko voltmeter tokko volt agarsiise kana cell potential measurement kana wal qabachuudhaan kan armaan gadi keessa sirri kan hin taane isa kam jedha. So that should be A. Electron travel through external circuit from copper to cathode to zinc anode kayru sirri miti jechuudha. Maaliif galvanic cell keessatti zinc fi copperin follow electron always go from anode to cathode to one day move sirri miti jechuudha. Zinkin ka anode irratti uumama kun ammoo oxidized releasing electron akka galaksu godha. Copperin ammoo cathode irratti gain electron akka fudhatu godha. Kanaafu electrononni zinc irra gara copper itti deemu malee copper irra gara zinc hin deemani. So that perfectly A. Isaan biroo ammoo B, C, D irra kan jiran waa'ee cell potential kan measurement kan ilaalchisuudha sirriidha. So that perfectly kan sirri hin taane A irra kan jiru qofaadha. So that perfectly A. Question number 40. Gaafii 40 maal jedha? Which of the following polymer structure represents polypropylene? Caasaalee armaan gadi keessa polypropylene kabakkabu isa kam jedha? So that should be B. Structure B qajeelotti polypropylene bakka bu'a. Isaan biroo ammoo olaalle structure A irra kan jiru ammoo polyester bakka bu'a. Structure C irra kan jiru ammoo structure C irra kan jiru polyethylene chloride bakka bu'a. Structure D irra kan jiru ammoo polyethylene bakka bu'a jechuudha. So polypropylene ka bakka bu'u B irra kan jirudha. So that's perfectly B.
Thank you for watching this video. Don't forget like, subscribe, share, comment. Aliyi YouTube channel video kana waan dhaggeeffataniif guddaa galatoomaa. Yeroo itti aanu tiitoraalee paartii sadaffaa gaafilee 41 haga 60 jiran qabadhee hanga isiniif dhufutti yeroo gaarii isinaa ta'u. If you have any question or suggestion or comment, please write under comment until I come back with other tutorial video. Good time for you. Thank you. Welcome back again.